We have an indoctrination sequence. I actually just rewrote it. So we have a 7-day indoctrination sequence and a 30-day. Um, and pretty much we take them on like a journey. So it's kind of like a Seinfeld campaign. We're taking them on a journey. Um, about the avatar story, the company story, giving them some tips and so forth. But what we try to do is, as we're like leading, say we're leading up to a challenge, right? And the challenge may be, we have a challenge coming up in 4 weeks. So probably about a week or two, probably about 14 days before the challenge starts, we'll send out an email where we'll drive traffic to like an Instagram, and what we'll do is we'll have them like where they're following the Instagram, they're jumping on a live, and we start like not talking about the challenge, but talking about some of the problems we've been thinking about helping them solve. Right. So we like I'll give you an example. We did a training on neuro linguistic programming, right? NLP. So now you would think like, what does NLP have to do with models or actors? Well, A, for one, models and actors have a bad mindset, so that would help them. But also understanding language when you go into a casting, how would that help you when speaking with the casting director, understanding the words he's using, understanding where he's coming from? Do you think that could make you a better actor, a better model, or land more auditions, right? Type of 101 if you believe so. Yeah, of course. Oh my God. Well, you know what? We're going to be hosting an event in a couple of weeks. So we're thinking about bringing like a master NLP trainer on. Who would love that? So like I'm doing stuff where I'm like pre-framing in advance things about the event, question like asking them would they like this, would they not? And it's the engagement. It's not so much it's the it's not the sale part. It's the engagement of them, they thinking about that, going, wow, I really would like to be a part of that. So then, like 4 days before the campaign, so they'll register 4 days before like in the reminder emails. I'll talk again about that NLP. I'll talk about those little things. So I'm like re-triggering something from their past to help them show up for the call. Does that make sense? So it's kind of like, it's like think about it's like a script, right? So
100%.
I have like a television show. All right, I can't reveal the entire show. I don't want to spoil the ending. How do I lead up to the show? Right. The greatest way to do this is to watch Netflix and watch like a series show where how do they you get to the end of the episode. Oh my God, I gotta watch the next episode. What's gonna happen next? Right? You just meant to watch Netflix. I was just gonna watch one show. All of a sudden it's 4 days later and you're still sitting in front of the TV because boom, 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 it hooked you in. So it's the same thing. It's using emotional stories are the best. Like emotional stories are the best for us. I found it for the best. We also work with entrepreneurs. We have a business we're partners with Brian Tracy. Same thing. We find emotional stories really work the best. Um, and just kind of like it's like a buildup, right? There's something coming that you need to be a part of, and so forth. So we use all of that. We have automation set, but at the same time, we're using Instagram and Facebook and TikTok to kind of create like a reality show that's happening in real time. And a lot of times, what I find works the best is sometimes just talking about what's going on in our lives, right? My business partner, she has a little 4-year-old. So, whatever kind of trouble the 4-year-old might got into, some days she may have a good day, a bad day, and talking about that and sharing just the part of your life that keeps the story flowing for them so they could relate. Like we had to do when we do like a big seminar. Hey, we have to plan out these things in Miami. Like, oh my God. So we just thought we found like the perfect Airbnb. It was going to be great. It was on the beach. And then all of a sudden we discovered that they don't allow like events there. Like who has a 20 bedroom, Airbnb on the beach and you're not allowed to have events. And we kind of tried to talk to the owner, and they were like, no, because I had a bad experience. And like, oh my God, so now it's last minute. We have to try and find, like the day of a life of planning an event. Or, sometimes they love like if somebody doesn't show up for a booking or something like that, stories like that. So it's a combination of storytelling through emails, videos, and lives that causes engagement. The higher the engagement, we'll consistently see the people that are on there. And whenever they do something like they tag us or whatever, we always share. So we make sure to rapidly share their content in real time, so they see their content that we shared it. what I'll notice, because we track those people's names when we could figure out their names, what we'll notice is the people that are sharing our content, showing up to the lives, they now are opening up the emails. And when they actually show up on the events, they wind up becoming clients. So it's like literally, like I could literally 3 weeks before an event, just by going through my social media, by who's engaging. Oh, this person's pretty new, but they're engaging a lot. This probably person looks like they're going to be a client. I already see them sharing our stuff, and then I share their stuff back. So again, it's creating a connection. I'm using social media to, like, as if I was meeting you in real life and so forth. I'm not going back and forth and chatting them with them in the DMs. We don't do that. I don't really believe in that. I think it's a little bit creepy and weird, and people just are so overwhelmed with it they ignore it. I think it wins by brute force for some people, but I think you have to build real relationships. You have to, what we teach them, we do actually what we teach our people. So when we teach people how to use social media the right way, we were actually using it in the same exact light, and so forth. So it's, again, it's, and creating creative messaging. Countdowns work really well. 4 more days, 3 more days, 2 more days. Combination of text messages, emails, the lives. Different markets respond differently. So there are some people who respond to email, but they won't respond to a text message. There are some people who will respond to a text message, but they're never like online. So each person, depending upon the age, demographics, time zones, will respond differently. So you really have to be kind of all purposeful on how you're contacting them, and so forth. There's no magic bullet to it. So it's just a matter. You have to have like a team. Like we have like a team of two VAs that help with a lot of this. So it's just a matter of getting it structured. And each business is going to be a little bit different. Like, a little bit different in the messaging and so forth. But when you people want to be seen, that's like really, like, to sum this up for this part. People want to be seen. When people are seen and people are heard, they will show up. If you're just treating them as like, you know, click here to sign up for my, whatever, and then they're just getting those rando. You ever get those text messages that are just terrible? They're not even like a reminder. Like they're just like, the webinar starting in 1 hour, 7 p.m. Here's the link. It's like I'm like you don't even care who I am. It's like I don't feel anything in that text. So even down to our text messages, I need them to feel the warmth, the invitation. They're being seen, they're being heard, and so forth. So.
If you want to save time on watching all the episodes, but still get all the gold nuggets that we find from interviewing these 7, 8, and 9 figure entrepreneurs, then you can get all of that inside of the 2 Comma Club newsletter. Just go to 2ccnewsletter.com and subscribe.